Welcome to Florida Metal Radio, Season 4, built on riffs, fueled by chaos. I'm your host, Fabulous B, and tonight we're joined by a band bringing pure metal energy to the scene. Season 4 is about heavy music, real conversations, supporting bands doing the right way. Thanks for being here, guys. How's everything going?
Excellent. Thanks for asking.
It's going great, nice and cold.
Yeah. Nice and cold. So this is the band Aposticum, and y'all are from chilly old Wisconsin. Y'all a bunch of cheeseheads, or?
Well, I've got a Mr. Universe sized body for a reason.
Oh, nice.
Cheese curds with every meal if possible. That's for sure.
Absolutely, and then
whenever they are offered.
Most definitely.
All right, so anybody that's listening to this right now and anybody just now discovering you guys, who are you, where are you from? Well, we already went through where you're from, and how did the band form? How did you guys get together?
Well, I guess I'll kick it off. So who are we? Where are we from? How did we get started? So for those listening, I'm Jake. I'm the frontman, guitarist of Aposticum. We're obviously here from Wisconsin, but we all come from different areas across the U.S. I personally grew up out in Arizona, didn't move to Wisconsin until a few years ago. Started getting back into playing in live metal bands. One day I got bored and decided that I wanted to do a basement project like all the other glorious black metal artists out there. And then decided I was having too much fun, started searching for musicians, and here we are. Linked up with DJ and Zeb and our bass player, John, and we're doing the thing.
Nice. So, I mean, you just said that, you just started it, for basically a basement thing, or you're just having fun with it, and now you wanted to make something more out of it. I mean, when did you actually realize this is more than just a side project?
I was probably, I'd say, really a solid 6 months into it when I started having too much fun with it. DJ and I, our other guitarist, backing vocalist, he and I started writing, different tracks for the album together, and really started making some good headway with things. I think it was once we were about 4 or 5 songs deep, that's when I really decided, you know what, I'm having an absolute blast. I think we should really make this a project, a full-blown band. And so we ended up going on the hunt, and I was working at a boutique guitar shop at the time, and our old shop manager wound up playing bass for us, which is John. And then we found Zeb very shortly after through pretty sure it was a Facebook message that he sent me, which I still love that story. I'll let him tell that if we get to it. But yeah, ultimately it was about 6 months in from writing is when we really decided to make this a thing.
Yeah. We really got together in 2023. I responded to a Craigslist ad Jake had put out.
Hell yeah.
And
school days.
Yeah, absolutely. And we met up. Originally, the project was going to be named Mayhem. The name wasn't taken at the time. And then we had originally connected kind of before that, but just kind of back and forth emails. And then a couple of years had passed. And then 2023 had responded to his ad, and then we kind of got back together. And by that time, that name had been taken. So Jake figured out Aposticum, kind of a hybridized Latin word, meaning the accusation of apostasy. And he had about 3 songs written, and then I came on board and helped him kind of flesh the rest of those songs out. And then I helped write the rest of the songs as well. And yeah, like he said, we just kind of took off from there and got experienced people together and various ways of initial contact, and then it just kind of took off, putting a lot of work in.
Hell yeah. So, I mean, being that you guys come from different areas and stuff like that, who are some of, your biggest influences on your music? I mean, what were some of the bands that helped mold Aposticum into what you guys are right now?
Well, originally starting the project, I was having a lot of influential draw from Belphegor, Dark Funeral, Marduk, you know, just to name a few. Behemoth was another one, Morbid Angel. At the time, I'll be completely honest, 37 years old, barely started listening to Morbid Angel about 2 years ago. So, yeah, I live
My
under a
fault.
rock.
Well, I was like, what? You're not listening to Morbid Angel? Like, these are who inspires you. So you
But
should be like, you should check them out.
in my defense, and I've argued it before, there's two paths that you take in life. You either take Morbid Angel or you take Deicide. I was a Deicide guy.
Okay.
Right, right. Yeah.
That's true.
Right in.
Um, yeah, influences for me, I mean, kind of contributing to the sound. Uh, Obviously, like you said, Belphegor and like the good era of Behemoth, Demigod, Apostasy, Evangelion, Zoskia Cultus, kind of album era, which, in my opinion, is still their best era of sound. And then, a lot of other influences because I listen to a lot of music. So, I mean, anything from Nightbringer to Zarathustra, German black metal band, if anyone knows that one out there. Um, like you said, Morbid Angel, a lot of that other good old school stuff, even a little like Unleashed and Grave and stuff too. And yeah, just a whole mishmash of everything that we love about all these various bands, big and small, that have really left an indelible mark on the scene.
Right on.
Well, mainly it's drumming influences on my side, being the drummer and all. But a lot of my influences would be like Hellhammer, Frost, Hellhammer the drummer, Jan Axel Bloomberg, Inferno, Nils, Narsil from Hate, um, just like really extreme fast drummers
Okay.
with lots of stamina.
And
And
what I have to say, congratulations on being on that list. That was pretty badass.
yeah, the Sick Drummer magazine's staff picks of
Yeah.
2025 for favorite drumming albums. Yeah, that was a shock to me. Um, no, I didn't know it was coming. I actually found out from Tomas Pilasovitz from Gargasm because we used to practice in the same studio in Chicago in Fort Knox, and he messaged me. He's like, "Dude, you need to check out the Sick Drummer magazine's latest post." I'm like, "Okay," thinking it's like some article about him or something he's sharing with me, and I was all ready to be like, "That's awesome, man!" And then I saw my name was on a list, and I was like, "Oh." Snap. I'm right there. And look who else is on that list. John Longstreth, Marco Pietruzzelli, Derek Roddy, Robin Stone. Like I was like, oh, this is real. This is real stuff.
It, I mean, amongst surprise, I mean, you're probably pretty proud of yourself. I mean, after, all the hard work and dedication you put into that album.
Yeah, it was probably about 1,000 takes for like 2 months and of grueling like 8 to 12 hours a day, tracking by myself in my basement. And yeah, it turns out like the last take is the one that ended up on the album.
Wow.
That's all. That's usually how it always goes. But by that time, I'd played the song how many times to record that last take, so that's the one that should go on it.
So, real quick, aside from metal, I know who I'm talking to. I know that I'm speaking to the correct room here. Aside from metal, is there any other types of music that kind of sneak its way into you guys' writing style? I mean, can we say that there's like a Katy Perry in the background somewhere that nobody wants to admit to?
That would be Lady Gaga for Zeb. Sorry, Zeb.
Oh my God. Actually, he's not wrong there because technically, the Lady Gaga stuff is amazing for practicing certain speeds, certain tempos on your weak foot for your
Okay.
double bass drum. That four on the floor, 167 and a half beats a minute. It's just really good training like that, and the Bee Gees and the Police and Carlos Santana, stuff like that. It all sneaks its way in there as long as it's good. You know,
Yeah.
it can't suck.
Yeah,
That's
right,
all.
exactly. Like Katy
Yeah.
Perry. So,
Yeah.
all right.
A good amount of world music too. I mean, especially like with the intro on our album and the outro tracks and stuff. You know, very kind of world music oriented. You know, we I've got a lot of traditional instruments, and so Zeb and I knocked out percussion stuff, and you know, I've got traditional horns and things like that. So we try and use all the parts of the buffalo, so to speak, to really put our likes and our influences, you know, into what we do as much as a unique take on things.
Right on. So you just came out with this new album. Now, this was back in, I believe, November of 2025, correct?
Mhm.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So, I mean, from the time that you guys got together to 2025, you guys pretty much worked diligently on this kind of music. Now, are you guys going to take a break from recording and do some touring, or are you going to jump right back into the studio?
As of right now, we're just kind of playing the album around locally. We're going to be venturing out regionally here before long, hoping to get at least a couple of longer weekend runs, you know, set up throughout the summer, maybe a shorter tour if we can. A lot of it is just, you know, work depending, you know, are we able to get time off as needed? You know, just various things of that nature. But as far as taking a break from recording, you know, right now we're already starting to flesh out some new tracks for our second album. We just started working on our fourth track for the album. Um, so we're hoping that by, I would say, early 2027, we're in the studio starting to record all those parts. And then realistically, late 2027, early 2028, I think is what our next goal was for our next release, unless I'm a little bit behind on my timeline that we were talking about.
Nope, that's correct. We were thinking probably early 28, with all of the production stuff that has to go along with it, sourcing vinyls, getting merch, pressing. Sometimes that gets delayed. So just to have all the ducks in a row before it drops, kind of like we did with this album. We didn't play a single. Well, we played one show, two shows actually, before we had the album out. So
Okay.
uh, yeah, we didn't go playing a bunch of shows and then okay, we're gonna go into the studio and record now. No, we did it the opposite way and recorded it first and then played out. So
A lot of people do, especially down here in Florida. I mean, they do things just the opposite. They go ahead and they release a single. They rely on that single to get traction, and then they go play a bunch of shows, and then they go ahead and release a LP. So, I mean, I definitely admire the focus that you guys have. That's definitely something that I think a lot of local bands could learn from. Speaking of merch, I mean, you go ahead and touched on that. So I see that you got the logo on, you know, on the beanie, and you got the logo behind you there. And so, who came up with the artwork? Was that anybody in the band, or was that somebody outside the band?
Yeah, that was all me. I did the logo. I've been doing logo design since 2011 for bands and in the scene and stuff.
Okay,
And then the artwork, the entire booklet layout, all that stuff. I did all that. So we did all that internally in the band. Since I have a background with graphic design and all that,
right
kind
on.
of as a side job. So yeah, yeah,
I,
did it all ourselves.
I'm
And
the same way.
yeah, right.
I'm a graphic designer. Go way back. I mean, I do a lot of my own artwork and stuff. So I definitely feel, because I mean that in itself is also a very hard aspect of things. I mean, because I know, at least with myself, I'm constantly second guessing myself, and if I put something out later on, I just look at it and I'm like, I really don't like that, and then I completely and totally redo it.
And yeah, DJ had to redo a bunch of stuff
Yep.
a bunch of times because we all contributed, you could say, to the artwork, but mostly just in commentary and things we wanted to see about it. All the leg work on it was done by DJ, and that was a mountain to climb by himself. And I understand that stuff.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
cumulatively doing the booklet and everything, and then some merch designs and whatnot. And we'll be doing some more merch designs here shortly as well. I'll be doing more. I think all of it together with revisions and all that took about 2 months
Okay.
in total time, just kind of working on it here and there.
Yeah, revisions suck.
They do.
I worked with a bunch of local DJs around here, and I will tell you this much: everybody thinks that bands as a whole are hard to work with. DJs are the worst. DJs are absolutely 100% the worst to work with.
Well, we would know. We've got one right here. Yeah.
Oh, ouch. So, and I noticed that you guys had a link tree, and you have a bunch of information attached to your link tree. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll definitely provide the link in the description for this particular show, so people can find you guys on all the different. I mean, you have Spotify where you can hear the entire album. You've got a whole bunch of really useful material. I really found that your bio that you had in I can't remember the name of the site that you guys have, but it was amazing. I mean, it was like it's definitely very metal leaning, but it's very informative on each one of you, and it was really cool to see. And I'm like, okay, I like that. That I can dig that. But aside from that, there's I think on the link, people have the ability to purchase merchandise for you guys, correct?
Correct. Yeah, that page. It also takes us over to our Bandcamp page where people can order CDs or one of the couple of different shirts or both of the shirts if they want both designs. But yeah, once we get more merch up on there, we're definitely hoping to really set up a cool shop both at live shows and then hopefully our own actual shop page that's managed through our Bandcamp account, but a totally separate website.
Now, are you dealing with drop shippers, or are you doing an actual vendor to print out your shirts and to take with you?
Yeah, we've got an actual screen printing artist that we use down in Illinois, just over the border, who does all of our screen printing for us. And then we've got a local record and CD pressing company here in town, about 5 minutes from where I live. And it works out well if we ever need anything. Usually the turnaround on getting some more shirts is like a couple weeks. CDs, it's about the same, couple weeks. And
Okay.
so real quick turnaround, real good prices from these guys. So it's hard to beat. And they're awesome with working with the local metal scene or just the local music scene in general, because that's their big thing is supporting, local artists, but also supporting regional and national artists and touring artists, all that good stuff.
Right on. So if somebody was to come to an Aposticum show, what can they expect? I mean, obviously, if you're going to, a metal show, you're obviously going to expect some kind of pit in some kind of capacity. But I mean, from the band, what can we expect? I mean, just ruthless aggression. I mean, you guys really interactive with the crowd. I mean, what can we expect?
Blast beats.
Lots of blast beats.
Blast beats.
In all honesty, right now, since we don't have a big production set up for ourselves with, lights or smoke or fire or any, all the fun stuff that, bigger bands tend to have. we really just focus everything around the music. I definitely try to interact with people as much as I can, but at the same time, I don't want to do that too much just because I don't want to pull the experience away from the actual live set.
Gotcha.
So really, it's about just ruthless blackened death metal, being loud, thunderous, and obviously getting a huge pit going is always a plus. Um, but that's really what it comes down to right now is the meat and potatoes of it. Is it's really just down to the aggression.
So, speaking of shows and everything, has there been any shows that really stand out in you guys' mind that, some of the favorite shows that you've been to, some of the most awkward shows that you've been to, or that you played in front of?
Man, probably my favorite show that we've played so far is there's a local record store called The Door, and it was their fifth anniversary of being open, brick and mortar store, and they're really good about promoting and sponsoring and everything for putting on a quality show. And we played with Cardiac Arrest, awesome dudes, Witch Pit, uh, Plant, and a couple other bands, and that was just a really fun show. Um, had a really good atmosphere and vibe to it. Almost felt like a festival. Almost, there was a really good turnout for it, and that's definitely the biggest numbers I think that we've played for was that show, and just being able to network and connect with some heavy hitters in the scene and all that, and some of the reps and other PR people for other venues and stuff that came out to it and everything has been really awesome because we made a lot of really good connections and impact, not just locally but otherwise as well. So that was a
Nationally.
really fun one. Yeah.
Now, I mean, being that, I'm Florida Metal Radio here. Now, is there any desire or any kind of, I don't know, do you guys, think that maybe sometime in the future that you would want to come down to Florida and play with some of the bands down here?
Oh,
As soon
absolutely.
was gonna say, as soon as Tampa Death Fest wants us to jump on, we will happily jump on.
Hell yeah.
Well,
We've got a place to stay down in Florida too. My fiance's mother just moved from Wisconsin to Florida this last year,
okay.
and is begging us to come visit and stay down there for any reason.
Well,
So it'd be a really good excuse.
I'm actually pretty decent friends with the person that puts that together. So let me go ahead and put that out in the ethers, if you will, and see if we can make that happen. So,
Awesome. Thanks, man.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I
Excellent.
I listened to you guys' stuff last night, and I will tell you this much: there's some bands that have actually played on that particular bill over the last couple of years that you guys would fit in wonderfully with. So I will definitely put that in his ear and let him listen to you guys and see if we can make that happen. But dude, I just wanted to thank you guys so much for giving me the opportunity to find y'all, and to be able to basically let everybody else find you guys through me. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being on the show. I will definitely keep in contact with y'all. So
Thanks again for having us. We really do appreciate it. We really appreciate the kind words. It was, great being able to chat with you online prior to, our interview and everything today. Yeah, it's been great, and I've been following your channel now ever since we kind of connected and checking out some of the other bands that you've had on there, and it's you run a top-notch show. You really do.
I appreciate that. I've definitely been working at this for, I'm going to say 2020 is whenever I first started it. And being that was the year of COVID, I started to do this because I wanted to give bands an outlet to be able to still produce their music and release it to fans without having to actually play shows. So, and that's what I, initially started Florida Metal Radio for. it's kind of morphed along the way. I mean, some of it good, some of it bad. All right. Well, once again, thank you guys. This is Florida Metal Radio. Make sure to support heavy music, support the underground, and support bands just like Aposticum, making the scene real. Support these guys. Go to the link that's down in the bio down below, and let's try to get these guys to Tampa. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
It'd be pretty cool to go to Morristown too. Just saying.
I'm right there with you, man. I want to go.
Someone needs to find me some SPF 200.
Yeah, we'll all need it.
Yeah.